Hi everyone! Welcome to today's 167. Colossians 3:2 says to set your mind on things above and not on earthly things. When we keep our focus on the things of God, our perspective on any given situation is illuminated by the Word and not according to our flesh. Here's an example. Recently I just passed the 5-year anniversary of a terrible accident that I experienced. On that day 5 years ago, I had just finished working with a new horse we had bought, so I was wearing spurs. It was time to feed, so with hay on the forks of the skid steer, I was walking outside the machine to steady an unbalanced load. Unfortunately, I slowed down for a moment to get some hay out of my boot, and the tire of the skid steer grabbed my spur and sucked me under the skid steer. My daughter, who was driving, didn't even realize I was being run over. By the grace of God, she stopped and backed the machine off of me, still not knowing that I was beneath it. At the hospital, the surgeon took one look at my leg and told me he was not ruling out amputation. My leg was mutilated. It broke in 4 different places. He told me I would need several surgeries and that I would be in the hospital for several weeks. But 1 surgery and 4 days later, I was home with just no weight bearing for a 12 weeks order from him. This accident took place just months after we had launched our church. I truly was beyond overwhelmed at the love and support that had surrounded me. On the anniversary of that accident, somebody said to me, "This isn't an anniversary we should be remembering." However, I remember with gratitude that day, and I praise God. The enemy of my soul set to kill me. This would have devastated my daughter, who was among one of the leaders in our church, and my husband, who's the pastor of the church. I'm sure the enemy had plans to destroy this church in its infancy, but God had other plans. In the power of His might and through the power of all who were praying, the life of this church was saved, and God is moving in and through His body. Lives are being changed, people are being healed, and His word is being preached. Our perspective on things can produce our responses. Instead of reviewing the accident as a tragedy, I choose to see it as a great victory. It's very easy to maintain a grateful and humble heart when our perspective is on God's abundance instead of our loss. Thank you for taking a few minutes of your time on the 167.